Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today.
Hey everybody, so doing a video today, I want to highlight a pretty recent development, recent in the last 5 years or so, but the effect that tweets have on the market and other markets, oil markets. I want to go over a few examples of what we've seen in the year 2016, how Twitter has affected trillions of dollars in different markets, and something that we need to be aware of, that as technology is changing, so is the way that trading and the stock market interaction is going to change as well, and that's going to be throughout now until forever. So technologies are going to keep changing. These flash crashes weren't a thing 20 years ago, but it's a changing environment, and the more that we recognize what's going on and adapt to those changes, the better we are prepared to profit in the market. So I'm going to cover today the tweet from OPEC back in February that led to a double bottom in oil and a double bottom in the markets and led to a huge rally. I'm going to cover the tweet by Elon Musk earlier this week that a product announcement was coming out in Tesla, and then I'm going to cover today and Hillary Clinton's tweet that affected the biotech sector very negatively. So let's start with back in February 2011. Let's set the stage first. Here is where the market was in 4 months from October up to February. So big time pullback, lower highs and lower lows. We had that February crash, and that was a big, scary event. Big time drops. We did have a bounce, and then we were pulling back down again. So that's setting the stage. Oil, same thing, last 4 months from October to February 2016, October 2015 to February. We have this big time pullback. Bears in absolute full control of oil as oil dumps from 50 all the way down to the upper 20s. So that's setting the stage. Then you have February 11th, and it is a very key day, and that is because of the market positioning. So here's that huge 4-month dump. We had the bottom set back here, and we bounced off of 181.03, 181.02 in SPY, and then we zoom in, and we can see on February 11th, the low of the day for SPY was 181.13. So 11 cents higher than the low from previously, and that was a must-hold support level for the bulls, because if that broke, we are going to continue seeing lower lows, and that means that February dump is not over yet. So then February 11th, we get a tweet from a reporter. Now, the other two examples I'm going to give is a famous CEO, entrepreneur, and the other one is likely going to be president. So those are two stars. This one is not. This is an unknown, well, not unknown, but it's a reporter. OPEC is ready to cooperate on a cut, but current prices are already forcing non-OPEC producers to at least cap output, says UAE energy minister. So that was a tweet that came out, and as soon as that tweet hit the wire and it was recognized by everyone, we had oil, this candlestick, see a big bullish reversal candlestick, and then follow through for some upside. Now it doesn't look like a big deal, found some support and bounced, but then you zoom out and see what this led to. And it led to an extreme V-shaped recovery, very strong, and that lasted multiple months as well, just like the drop did. And you look at SPY, and you see the double bottom by 10 cents on a $181 instrument, and then the big rally that SPY had following that V-shaped recovery to the upside. So one tweet by a reporter hit the wires and shifted trillions of dollars, bouncing off a key support level and V-shaped bounce to the upside. So that's an example. A lot of people knock Twitter for being a dying company. I personally don't use it. I don't think it's going to be very impactful in the future, but it can do things like this. Trillions of dollars. As long as this is the case, this is a financial instrument that is being utilized by people to make big time money. You better believe that with every tweet that I am talking about here, there were people in the know placing orders and making huge sums of money every time. So now we're going to look at the Elon Musk tweet, and that was at Tesla product announcement at noon California time today. And that came out 8:23 a.m. It was actually 11:23 a.m. different time zone. So looking at Tesla, let's get to 11:23 a.m. We've got 11:15 right here. This is a 15-minute chart. The price went from 223 and then about 2 hours later, we were up at 228.50. So that's about a 2.3% move in 2 hours, directly responding to that tweet. So the tweet hits the wires, the buying ensues, and then that surge in buying combined with the surge of short covering, combined with algorithms going off and the computer systems kicking in, that was an extremely strong move. And you better believe people had calls purchased up in for that announcement. And lastly, today, very significant impact on the biotech sector. Hillary Clinton. EpiPens can be the difference between life and death. There's no justification for these price hikes. EpiPens are in the news. It's a hot topic. She's trying to gain some support, whatever. So looking at the chart, look at what occurred. This is the 15-minute chart. Right after her tweet comes out, the entire biotech sector, this isn't just the company she was attacking. That company had a terrible dump as well, obviously. Huge downside there, a really nice short. But let's actually look at that real quick. MYL. And leading up to today, it was already bearish, and then an absolute dump, increasing bearish volume. So huge downside here, and this was already being factored in here. You better believe everybody was running to the exit well before today happened. So checking back in on the entire biotech sector, we saw a dump from 299 all the way down to 285.50. Now, what I want to point out in these videos is that these dumps are not just randomly timed. So let's look at IBB here. I want to zoom out so we can get a better view. We'll look at the hourly. And we have a double top. So IBB had just turned bullish, the biotech sector, for the short term. We had consolidation, a lower high was hit, higher low, lower high, higher low, very tight range. We got that bullish break 2 days ago, and then some nice upside. We broke that little high, and we were just looking at this top up here, and that was at 299.29. And then right when that Hillary tweet came out, the high of the day was 229.06. So within 25 cents on a $300 instrument, and that timing was dead on for a double top, just like the OPEC tweet's timing was dead on for a market double bottom. Now, one time we can let that go just as chance, not 2 times out of 3 here. The timing of these releases is absolutely being factored in. I don't know who's making these decisions, but someone with technical analysis knowledge. Think about it. If hundreds of trillions, billions dollars are going to be moving on this tweet, you might as well get the max for your money and put out that tweet at a interest or a key point on the time frame for technical analysis purposes, because a lot of traders are going to be seeing it. A lot of the systems are lined up with technical analysis algorithm programs, and triggering it at that point maximizes the value, so to speak, of the amount of money that can be made off of these tweets. So it's my opinion that they are orchestrated by their time, the double top in the biotech sector, the double bottom in oil. And I had a thought today that really every big company should have at least one, maybe multiple technical analysts judging when news releases should come out, when press releases should come out. And I'm sure that's already a thing. I'm probably behind the loop on that. But if not, that is likely going to be what we see in the future. So wrapping it up here, I guess those are my final thoughts. Doing it a little on the fly, a little scatterbrained, so apologies for that. But I appreciate you watching, and I will see you soon.